Mr. Bergman and I?
I hope that wasn't being too personal.
No, no. Come to think of it, I guess we have been through more together than most couples, but no, just friends.
You miss him, huh?
Terribly. Which is only one of the reasons I'm glad you're staying with us.
I'm glad, too. Grateful, actually. Everybody's just been so nice.
This your first time away from home?
I guess you can call it that.
Who is it?
Joe, it's me, Quinn. I've got someone here to see Evie.
Hi.
Hi.
Evie, I'd like you to meet.
Mom!
No, Patti, I am not avoiding you. I'm simply too busy.
I just want to talk to you for a few minutes.
And I have nothing to say to you.
Stephanie, you are avoiding me. Look, I know we got off on the wrong track the other day.
A situation which I have no desire to correct.
Stephanie, I am sorry about everything. If you would please just answer a few questions about Sarah, I would really appreciate it.
Stephanie, I need you to talk to the tech food right away.
Excuse me?
I need them ready to go at a moment's notice.
Why? Are we announcing our retirement?
I just got a message from Estelle Kendall, and unless I'm totally misreading the situation, she wants us to start our series of interviews today.
Oh, you seem very anxious to see me.
On the contrary, I was told that you wanted to see me.
I do. But I intend this to be the very last time I ever see you.
Let me get this straight. You want me to keep a complete crew at your beck and call.
Well, you said yourself it would be a great interview.
All right. If Mrs. Kendall agrees to be interviewed, you can have the crew.
You're most generous. I'm sorry for the interruptions.
Mrs. Whiting, Patti Whiting, Bella Garaldi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bella is Channel 6's, well, reporter isn't quite the right word, is it? I don't know exactly what we should call him.
It's always a pleasure to meet a beautiful woman, Mrs. Whiting.
Your interview, Bella.
Is that the way you treat all your employees?
If you've come here to question the way I manage my station,
No.
really...
Okay. If you just answer me a few questions, I will get out of your hair.
I don't want to talk about Sarah and Wendy. I thought I'd made that very clear.
Wendy's been gone, what, 3 weeks now?
Patti, stop it.
Stephanie, I understand, believe me. You're concerned about her. I don't blame you. But I thought you, of all people, would understand how I feel.
Maybe I have time to answer a few questions, yeah.
Thank you. First, I want to apologize for the way I came on the other day, a little bit strong.
A little.
Conditioned reflexes, I guess. Picking up where we left off, that was probably a big mistake.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I've changed. Maybe you've changed a little, too.
We're both older. I'm not sure about wiser.
No, you learn something new every day, like Sarah wasn't the most popular girl around here.
I am sorry about that. I didn't mean to be harsh.
But it was true.
When I first met her, she seemed very sweet. After that, she changed.
I spoke to my mother about it, and she said basically the same thing.
Well, sit down. So, what are all these questions you wanted to ask me? Huh?
Well, for starters, I wanted to know who Sarah was working with most of the time.
Quinn, her manager, I think.
Who is he?
Quinn McCleary. As well as being her manager, I'd say he was her closest friend.
McCleary. Is he related to Cagney and Hogan?
Brothers.
Quinn and Sarah were close friends. How close?
Not as close as Sarah might have wanted. Wendy and Quinn were dating rather heavily, and Wendy, being Wendy, decided that they were in love with each other. Then Sarah came along and decided that she was in love with Quinn. It was Sarah who took action.
What did you do? Oh, Stephanie, come on. I'm going to find out anyway.
Okay. She engineered a rather elaborate scheme, the result of which was that Wendy wound up in a hotel room thinking she was going to meet Quinn, where Quinn actually found her with another man.
What did Wendy do?
Wendy was very angry with Sarah.
Yeah, I'm sure Quinn was very angry with Sarah. Do you know where I could find Quinn?
Patti, why don't you just leave it alone? The police are satisfied that the man they shot was really the killer. What's done is done.
Stephanie, you don't understand. My mother was attacked the other night.
What?
In the basement. Same way Sarah was. To me, that means that Sarah's murderer is still out there. I can't just leave it.
I think you'll find Quinn in his office.
Thank you. I am sorry I got you upset. I am sure you'll hear from Wendy soon.
Baby, be all right. Just be all right, baby.
The last time you see me. Do you plan to have me assassinated?
What an amazing ego you've got, Rivera. Killing you would rate as exterminating a pest.
All right, Estelle, I don't have time to play games.
And I don't have the inclination. The sooner we get this over with, the better.
$1 million.
I think you'll find the funds in order. Now, where are the papers I asked you to bring?
I'm not sure I want to accept
Look,
them.
we have a bargain.
And I'm having second thoughts. In fact, I had hoped that you would call me here for another reason today.
I have given you the money that you've asked for. I want the papers.
And tell me why again?
Because $1 million is a very small price to pay for being free of you.
And for the price of silence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you think I didn't read what is in this little envelope? You see, we kept a very close record of your life since you left your husband. What would you think if your precious Torisha read this, what was in this envelope? Or even your ex-husband?
Give me the papers!
Why should I, when you want something else so much more?
Get away from me.
I'm going to have power, Estelle. A great deal of power. I'm going to create an empire greater than Roy Kendall could ever imagine. And you could share it with me.
You really are deluded, aren't you?
No, I don't think so.
There we go. Oh, no, I couldn't.
Oh, you should feel honored. Joe does not make her world-famous hot cocoa just for anyone.
Well, I don't want to impose.
Now, Mom, she wouldn't have offered.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so pleased to meet you.
Me?
Yes. You have a lovely daughter. We're getting very fond of her.
Well, I couldn't be more proud of her. She's my little angel.
Angel? Well, I'm late, so I'll come back and pick you up in a couple hours. Is that going to give you enough time?
Of course, but, well, I didn't mean to just barge in and...
Nonsense. You're welcome anytime.
And she means that, too. Later. Angel.
Quinn. Thank you.
Speaking of angels, that young man is certainly one. This is, such a beautiful room. It's so big. So modern.
And so clean, thanks to our friend here. She's a huge help.
Well, I'm just glad that she's found a good place to live in. I guess you must get a very nice clientele, I would assume.
Actually, now they don't have anybody. They've closed down for a few weeks.
Oh.
It's a slow time. People aren't traveling this time of year.
Mom, I am so happy to see you. You know what? I start college today.
Oh, well, then I shouldn't even be here bothering you.
No, that's all right. I don't have to go until this afternoon.
Well, I can see that you're not very excited about it, are you?
Oh. Are you all right?
Yes. It's just a little midwinter cough. Thank you.
You should see a doctor about that.
I have.
Well, I'm going to check in the mail and let you two visit in peace.
She's a very nice woman, Evie. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't upset you by coming over here.
No, you haven't upset me by coming over here. And you haven't seen a doctor.
Well, I don't need to. I'm fine.
Mother, I worry about you.
Well, you don't need to. Oh, Evie. I don't think I remember when I've seen you look prettier, happier than you look now.
That's because I am happy. I needed to get away, Mom. You understand that, don't you?
I know you made the right decision.
Meeting all of these different people and doing new things makes me feel alive and happy. I want you to be happy, too.
This is a very pretty house. Could I see your room?
You could change things, Mom.
Is your room upstairs?
Okay, I give up. Yes, come on, I'll show you my room.
Don't be stupid! Ah!
Nothing but scum, Rivera. Give me those papers.
You have overstepped your bounds this time, Estelle.
We have a bargain, and I want you to live up to your end of it.
Why should I?
For the very simple reason that you need the money.
Estelle, I don't need your money.
How are you going to build your empire? You want to be bigger, more powerful than my husband. You're going to need something more than the ability to slap women around. Or am I more important to you than your empire?
Don't flatter yourself.
Right, this is fine. Get out!
You think you're won, is that it?
Yes, I think this is a victory.
Good. Then you should rest easy, Estelle. You shouldn't have any worries or concerns for a long time. Yes, rest very easy, Estelle.
I'm sorry I can't say anything to help you. I thought Sarah was going to go places. She was very talented.
And sweet.
Sure.
Quinn,
What?
I know that Sarah was not a saint, and I also know that you had a falling out with her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And who told you that?
Let's just say it was common knowledge around here. Sarah actually did set Wendy up in that hotel room?
She did.
I suppose you were very angry with her.
I was a little annoyed, but I think I had every right to be, but that was it.
Quinn, I'm not accusing you of anything.
Good. Because I really liked Sarah. She just shouldn't have let me down.
The last time you saw my daughter, you had a fight with her.
We exchanged words.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I can't remember the details, but the gist of it was that we agreed not to work with each other anymore.
Was that her idea or yours?
I guess both. Sarah and I didn't always see eye to eye, but we were usually able to discuss things together.
Quinn, tell me, is there anybody else in the station that Sarah didn't exactly get along with besides Wendy?
Bella. Bella and she were at each other's throats for a while there.
Bella, I think I just met him. He's tall, dark, he speaks with an accent.
That's Bella.
Why didn't he and Sarah get along? Come on, Quinn, this is important.
A little while later, Bella and Wendy were together, and Sarah threatened to tell Stephanie about it.
Why would that be important to Stephanie?
Oh, boy. Stephanie and Bella were also
Now I understand why she acted the way she did in front of me.
And now that I've ratted on my boss, I think I should do some work for her. I'm sorry, Mrs. Whitey.
Patty.
Patty. Give Bella a shot, okay?
Mr. Garaldi.
Mrs. Kendall, I understand you wanted to see me.
I'm rather busy just now.
Oh, I see. You merely wanted to schedule the interviews.
Mr. Garaldi, I'm afraid I can't go through with the interview just now.
Actually, you can't wait much longer, you know. You're newsworthy, yes, but the public's interest may fade if we don't strike soon.
No, I'm afraid you don't understand. I can't go through with the interview at all.
We had an agreement. Look, if there's a problem, I'm sure we can work it out.
No, I've said I can't do the interview, and that's final.
You can't or you won't. What's stopping you?
My daughter's narrating Peter and the Wolf at her high school in a few days' time. I love my daughter very much.
That's very touching.
And I don't want people gaping at her because they've seen her mother on television talking about her terrible life.
Well, that's fair enough. We'll air the interview after the performance.
I won't do that to my daughter, ever.
Where does the sudden concern for your daughter come from? This is the first I've heard of it.
What are you implying?
That I don't believe the reason you're throwing at me.
You can believe what you like, Mr. Garaldi. My decision's been made.
Well, you're obviously not a woman who sticks to her decisions. I just wonder what it takes to change your mind.
I think you'd better leave.
Did Mr. Kendall talk you into not giving this interview?
I said, I think you'd better leave.
You're a very beautiful and intriguing woman, Mrs. Kendall. But I'm not a man who appreciates when people break their word. So I hope you do the wise thing and change your mind again.
Oh, yes.
Sorry if I startled you. I was looking for Mrs. Wyatt.
Yes. How may I help you, Mr.
Rivers. I represent the group that just bought the other half of your station.
Oh, yes, from Liza Santel. Of course. That deal went down so quickly, I never got a chance to check you out.
I'm afraid you wouldn't have found out very much. I haven't been in Henderson too long.
I see.
Mrs. Wyatt, I know you're a very busy lady, and I don't want to waste any of your time now.
Right.
But I would like to sit down over lunch with you. Very soon. If we're going to be co-owners of this station, I think it'd be a good idea if we got to know each other a little better.
You may be right, Mr. Rivers.
Great. I'll call you to set up a date. It's been my pleasure.
Mom, I want you to promise to come and see me more often.
Well, I don't know, Evie. You know I should be there just in case your father calls.
No dice, Mrs. Stone. This is the start of a weekly tradition.
That's right. Maybe we can get together next week and go window shopping downtown.
We'll see.
Hey, you leaving already?
Yes, I am, Mrs. Turner. And I want to tell you what a beautiful house you have, and thank you very much for having me here.
I hope you'll come back real soon.
Bye, sweetie.
Thanks for coming, Mom.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, what a lovely woman.
You know, she said the same exact thing about you.
Did she? Well, goes to show you we both have great taste.
Mrs. Turner, Joe, I really want to thank you for not saying anything to my mom about the trouble the other night.
Well, it was pretty obvious you didn't want her to know.
I just don't want her to worry about me. It's the last thing she needs right now.
Has she seen the doctor about that cough?
I have tried everything, but she will not go to the doctor.
Maybe it's just a bad cold.
Joe, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, you've really made me feel like part of the family here.
I'm glad.
You know, this is going to be a great year. I just know it.
I hope so, Evie. I hope so.
Oh, Stephanie, I just wanted to let you know I won't be needing that camera crew today.
Why not?
The subject went back on her agreement to do the interviews.
Subject? Hey, wait a minute. Come here. It's subject now? We don't call her Estelle anymore? Why, Bella, what happened? Your charms failed to work on her?
I assure you she'll do the interview.
Really? How are you going to manipulate that one?
I have a little something special prepared on my evening report tonight.
No, you don't. I am not going to allow your temper and fragile ego to land this station in hot water over an inaccurate report.
You really get a kick out of this, don't you? Hoping I'll fail.
Buddy, you have a real ego problem if you even dream that I care about you or your personal success.
Oh, but you do.
No, I do not. I told you a long time ago the only thing between us is business, nothing more.
Well, then as my boss, I suggest you tune in to my report tonight. I guarantee you'll be in for a surprise.